we have another young Indian with us as part of the Voice of the Young series. Hello, everyone. Right now, we have with us Poulami Sarkar, and let's listen to her. Over to you, Poulami.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And it's really good. It's an honor to talk to you. And thank you so much for the opportunity. So, a brief introduction about myself. So, I am Poulami Sarkar. And so, I have done my schooling completely. I belong from a very small part of Bengal. The reasons for calling it small is various reasons. One of the reasons is my city is a very small city, and many people, there's a stereotype that I have faced in my life that all the Bengalis are from Kolkata. So no, that's not true. I am mainly from the north part of the Bengal. My city's name is Balurghat. So I am from a very small city. It is. I'm from Balurghat, and I have done my schooling completely from a Bengali medium school. I belong from a very middle class background, so schooling was done completely in Bengali medium only. Then my graduation journey was a bit different. I did my graduation from Shri College of Commerce, and I just completed it few days back, I would say, because it's just 2 months since I am enrolled to a master's program in IIT Delhi right now. So yeah, right now I'm currently pursuing masters in economics at IIT Delhi, and yeah, that's just a brief introduction about myself.
Okay, let's continue.
Yeah, so what I really aspire to tell and share my story is I never thought that my journey would be this much diverse. So since I belong to a very, middle class family, more than middle class, it's just a common thought among the Bengalis that whoever is the girl, she will be going for either teaching or maybe the doctor or engineer. And my story was completely different because my parents never imposed anything on me, so they always let me that whatever you want to pursue, just go for it. And they gave me the freedom to choose my subject after my boards. So after my boards, I was in a situation that should I go for it or should I not go for it. So I decided to go for it. And
So we are back from the internet glitch. Please restart where you were saying, what would you do after your high school, I think. So please restart.
yeah, sure. So after, my boards, especially after 10th standard, there were two streams in my school. There were no commerce. So it was very strange. So it was either arts or science. And I opted for arts only. The combination included economics and mathematics. And that was the reason that I was able to pursue my graduation in economics. So after my schooling was over, then I applied for various universities, and I just heard. DU was not a very known name to me. Delhi universities and the colleges existed for economics. I really did not know. So even my thought was also constrained. Mostly in the Bengal universities, especially the Jadavpur University, Presidency University, these prestigious universities. Then I
Yeah.
got like few guidances from my seniors, especially seniors in terms of who are. I had few contacts who are currently pursuing economics from our schools only, and they suggested me that you should try for Lady Shri Ram College, then Stephens College. These are very good colleges under Delhi University, and I just applied for it. So unfortunately, it was like my initial plan was to go for LSR, Lady Shri Ram College, but maybe the best things happen in unexpected way. I did not clear the cutoff, and it was during the COVID time. It was 2020, so the cutoff went around 100% for all the categories. Yeah, and I was quite disheartened, but fortunately enough that I was able to clear Shriram College's cutoff, and I decided that okay, let's go for Shriram only then. And so I mean, whole experience was quite different that I expected. I actually never expected that it would be like this because we were exactly in the middle of COVID, and it was mostly like what we were doing that we were in our home sitting, we were not in the classrooms also. And I mean, we were exactly missing the whole teacher-student interaction experiences. So when our college started, we were having regular classes, but it was completely different from what was happening on other universities, at least in Bengal, I would say, because I heard few experiences from my fellow friends who were enrolled in those universities. They were not having at all the classes, and whereas I mean, despite being sitting at home every day, I was having regular schedule for classes, and most importantly, Shriram. I mean, in Shriram College of Commerce, for the from the first year itself, we got very good professors. The teaching experience was like, I mean, it was more like that I was transforming mostly because till my school, I mean till high school only, 12th, I was completely based on tuition, private tuitions that I have to go. I whatever I mean they will do, they will make notes and I will just mug up those and I write those in papers.
Mm.
This concept completely went. I mean, it was completely vanished when I was enrolled in college because my syllabus was different and I could not have anything. So I had to transition from that phase to being completely dependent on myself and study by myself. So
Okay.
it was the biggest achievement I would say that Sridham and most importantly Delhi University has given me. Then the opportunity to believe myself, and I would come to it a bit later. Just one more thing I would like to add, that after enrolling to college, I thought that okay, I mean whatever is happening, it will be like constrained to. I exactly expected my 3 years will be online. I will be graduated without seeing my college. And I was like, okay, I mean, sitting in college and having a degree, it's great. But then something happened like after 1.5 year, like we were in the fourth semester, 3 semester was completely in online. We were having open book examinations and all, but it was quite good actually. It was not like for the first semester, I just heard from few people from my own section that people were cheating and all, but honestly sir, it was not at all cheating, at least for me. I just totally went on those basic what was being taught to me, and it was quite helpful. I exactly wrote everything by myself, so because it was like I was mostly experiencing myself, like my transition itself, and I was happy to see that. And another transition that usually Bengali students face was a language transition. And as I mentioned, that I was completely from a Bengali medium school. So this was a huge transition for me, especially the terms that we use in economics. It was completely different. So different in terms like what I remember for the first class, our professor taught us some like just for fun, just to give us that what we will be exploring in the course. So he was like, okay, I mean, let's have a glimpse of what you are gonna do in the 3 years course. Let's have some game theory. On the first day itself, he just introduced a few basics of game theory, that general equilibrium, Nash equilibrium, and so it was so threatening to me. I thought for a moment that I'm enrolled in some wrong course, maybe. I literally was like, maybe something is wrong with me, or maybe I have done something wrong.
Yeah.
So, because those terms, first of all, when he said those Nash equilibrium or general equilibrium, I had to translate it from Bengali to I mean English to Bengali first. What he's trying to say. So this transition, honestly, was quite possible. I would say, because we were in home mostly, so I used to do my classes from two devices. One, I used to like use my laptop, and second, I used to translate those words, keywords, whatever he was using from mobile phone. And but after first semester, I never need those. It was mostly like I was just being dependent, and mostly maybe for the transition that I had to read all the books and everything in English only.
Mm-hmm.
So that was an wonderful transition. But still, I was lacking speaking English at least this much fluently that I am speaking right now.
Yeah.
And also, mostly our mother tongue is Bengali. So in household, I mean, in our house, so it's only Bengali, Bengali. There is no Hindi, no English, nothing at all.
Okay. All
I
right.
would usually, exactly, I converse with my parents in Bengali itself. No English words at all, I would say.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, so when I had to shift to, I mean, after 1.5 years, we had to shift to Delhi. Our colleges just reopened. So it was, I mean, more than a transition. I had to shift to Delhi. I had to still, till that point, I stayed with my parents only. So, I mean, I had to live exactly properly in an isolated way. I got a hostel in Shriram only, and then my parents left. But uh, I mean that environment. So whenever we used to, I mean, I used to go to college and meet my friends and all. With whomever I was meeting, everyone was talking in English, either in English and either or in Hindi. So Hindi was not very evident. English was mostly the primary language that was being spoken by all the students and all the faculties at least. So initially, I tried to converse with. Okay, in Hindi. Let's try Hindi first. Maybe then I would switch to English. But I kind of, I mean, tried some confidence or gain some confidence to talk, at least try. I mean, even if I'm speaking it wrong, but maybe try it. And I just tried, and by talking like 1 or 2 months, the fluency just came automatically. And this was the biggest one when I
Yeah,
went back after my paper, like fourth semester paper. I went back home. My father was quite surprised. He was like, how can you speak Hindi and English so fluently? I
yeah,
mean, it's completely different.
yeah.
You are not the one who left home like this. I mean, you completely transformed. But I would say just, I mean, I am happy that I have learned two new languages. Hindi I used to understand, but I was not very like fluent with it. But right now, like I'm very happy ki I know three languages and I know it very properly.
Good.
Um, Apart from it, the life was due, I would say it was very, very exploring life. Uh, the main thing, sir, that I have realized in DU at least, academics is not everything that we all want in life. There should be something that you can enjoy by yourself. And I mean, usually the universities, I don't know about others, but Delhi University gives many scopes for this. So what happened in our case when I was enrolled, there were many societies in the college.
Yes.
Though it was online, yeah,
Yeah.
DU has a society culture, which is actually very nice for boosting each and everyone's confidence, at least knowing that where we are standing by. So, but since I was in home and I was exactly lacking confidence, I did not join any of the societies except just one in which I had some, I think, knowledge in on that was music society. I
Ah,
just went for the orientation, and I know this is a said fact that Bengalis are very good in singing and all, and that's true. My parents tried many things on me, and I think this actually came out as a fruit that I know how to sing and all. So I was there, and but the society culture, and every time we were just meeting, having, I mean, apart from the classes, once classes were done, we were not coming back to hostels or PGs. We were just sitting, having some jamming sessions and all, or maybe just talking to each other. This has helped me a lot to understand this thing that, I mean, you need to socialize with people. It's not just that you will be just a nerd and just go back and again open your books and open your books and emerge into studies. This is exactly what happens. I mean, at least a Bengal, not a Bengali household, every nerd person who is actually concerned about their studies. So, I mean, this society, apart from the society culture, they always used to have fests. Though I am, unfortunately, I missed my college fest. It was not being organized due to some administrative constraints. But the society, more than the societies, if we used to go for another colleges for competitions, we used to go, and this has also like helped me to understand this thing that winning is not exactly something that we always aspire. Participating, taking part, having a knowledge or experience, that is also something that matters a lot.
mhm.
So it is a wonderful experience at DU. So DU's life was quite diverse, and mostly it was happy moments. Though when exams used to approach, we even I remember that I used to be that kid in school that if I know the after 1 month or 2 months there is exam, not 1 month. After 2 months I have exam, I will start reading properly with having a proper discipline by myself. And during the exam days, that will be the most tedious days. But shifting to DU changed my thought that uh, I remember we used to get our date sheet 1 month back, and we used to study in between, and DU always provided us good amount of gaps in between for exams. Whenever they used to make the date sheet, there were ample amount of time that even if you are lagging in something, you can cope up within the time. So it was great. And apart from that, especially in SRCC, what I really, I mean, was craving was purposely served. That was the faculties. There were amazing faculties, and they we actually knew nothing about economics when we just joined college. And uh, from the basics, I mean, I can still say that whatever I am doing right now, my basics are clear due to those professors only.
Mhm.
They have made our basics quite strong, and they introduced us that this is micro, this is macro. And I remember I used to hate macroeconomics during my college days. I somehow could not correlate this with. I used to always correlate myself as an individual consumer, but I could not like consider myself as a country or something. So it was something. But during my entrance preparation after graduation, that we had to go through many entrance. So during that time, it was always a good opportunity for me to read up those. And this time itself, I actually realized, I mean, right now what we are doing in master's course is something that is actually that has interested me. That macro is something that we should be talking about, and this has something to do. It's like, so exploring during graduation days, it was more like exploring your basics. And in masters, it's more like how your basics are interrelated with each other, how micro is interrelated with macro
Mhm.
and all. It's quite interesting to explore those things, though it's very rigorous than the graduation days. But yeah, it's quite good.
Okay, so you did well at the end of it all.
Yeah.
Good grades. Ex- Typical hard,
I should not
typical
say it was.
hardworking Bengali girl scoring good grades. Is that what it is?
It was till 12th grades. It was good grades, due to which I got Shri College. But in DU, it was, I would say, decent. It was not very good grades. It was
All
decent
right,
only.
all right. But then, how did you get into IIT?
Yeah, so every year IITs usually conduct JAM, and I think IIT Madras conduct GATE. So and their JAM usually happens each and every year in the February itself. But due to some constraint, I was unable to give JAM this year, and it was almost like IITs were out of my hand only. But with God's grace and by some miracle, IIT Delhi had released some extra additional seats. They asked for an entrance examination, and I attended that. Though I had given many entrances of others, though I could not crack many of them, but I kind of cracked 60 to 70% of them. So I was happy with that. But there was a phase when I was continuously got rejected in kind of each and every university and could not clear the basic ones. So those times were hard and tough, but actually those time also showed me some way that I was missing maybe on something. My basics were something or somewhat lagging. So I got some good time, I mean good time for to prepare again for this. And this was towards, I think, 30th June, when the additional seats paper was there in IIT Delhi Institute only. And I came here, I gave the paper. Though I was not expecting anything, I just came here and I saw the faculties here. And these are the faculties who have written paper, and those paper we have read in our undergraduate. So one of the profs I have seen in IIT, and I was like, oh, he seems like that one who has written this paper. I have already studied this. So I was like, okay, if I get into it, maybe that would be a very nice chance. And maybe this thing manifested. And yeah, I got into IIT like this only.
Okay. So, and how is it over there?
Yeah, so honestly, I was not being very optimistic about IITs because of many things. IITs being, I mean, since the economics unit here was introduced few years back, like 2 to 3 years back, and we are kind of fourth or fifth batch here. So not knowing much about this, I just decided that maybe if DAC happens, because DAC cutoffs were yet to be announced at that time. So I decided if DAC happens, my first preference would be there, and I might also leave this. So let's have a try because we have 1.5 month. So what I did was I shifted here with everything. They have provided us hostel, provided the mess and everything, and we here started our classes around 24th July,
Yeah,
and yeah, so DSA results got announced around September something, September 13 or 14. That was a good time. So before that, here I was like, okay, let's explore the classes from the first day itself. So I remember it was macroeconomics, the first lecture that we are gonna have, and the first thing that we are gonna have as a course structure, that was schools of thoughts. And this is something I have been craving for my graduation days, that I want to know how the macroeconomic thoughts have evolved over the years, how they are contrasting each other, because we just don't know only two classicals and Keynesians, because these only are two very important for the entrance perspective.
yeah.
So I when I just attended lecture, and they were here faculties are very good, they are very considerate, and just having a smaller batch size, one of the best thing I think is that you can ask any questions without any hesitation, and they are giving us ample amount of opportunity to ask questions and to ponder over things. So this is the best thing. So then I decided to stay here only because by that time I realized this is maybe the path that I have been looking for, because in DAC, I don't know what happened in your time, because you're also from DAC. In our case, it's the seats of around 300 people, and so it's very crowded. And for me to have a larger batch size, the main drawbacks are my doubts might not be get cleared. And I mean, it's not the fault of the students or the professor. It's just the batch size that you are unable to ask the questions. And if doubts are there, then it will be piling up, and day by day I will be
Mm,
stressed. Then everything will be
mm,
problematic. And
mm.
that's why I was like, okay, let's whatever I have got, let's stick to this. And it's going great right now. We are having, I mean, doing the problem sets. Mostly the problem sets are in macro, a dynamic optimization. These are very complicated things, but still, okay. I think we'll be able to cope up with this.
Okay, wonderful. And how are the other students?
Yeah, so other students are also like, we had few other students. Total initially when we started, we were total 45 students, but many of them had left for other institutes like DAC, IGIDR, and not ISI, because whoever got ISI, they definitely go for that only.
Yeah,
Uh, Yeah, so mostly they have left. Right now, we are a batch size of 16 to 18 people, and all of them are super competitive actually. And it's kind of that we are 60% Bengali here. So the best thing that happened here, that right now I don't have to converse with them in English or Hindi. I can converse in my mother tongue, and most of the time I'm doing that only. So
okay,
it's the best time.
okay, wonderful. So you are enjoying it.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the future?
Yeah, so basically, so another thing that Bengali household actually try to have, that to educate their child as much as possible, and my parents have the same plan in their mind. So my parents want me to pursue PhD further, and even I'm also interested in research bit of work. So I'm also looking forward to it. But right now, given all the circumstances and things, I would also like to explore maybe the private sectors also. Uh, I think I should give it a try, and if it sticks like this, that I'm very as much passionate for it, maybe I will also opt for a PhD.
Okay, all right, that sounds good. Okay, all right. Um, any tips for juniors?
Yes, I think I have a few more tips. Definitely for those juniors who are watching me, or basically those who are in Bengal, or maybe are right now in their 12th or something, and thinking about in which university to pursue and all. I would definitely recommend them to consider Delhi University and other universities apart from Bengal universities, because our thinking is very much constrained within those universities only. So I would like to give them advice that please try for other universities, since CUET has been introduced for both PG and UG. So it would be a nice try to check yourself that how many universities that you are able to crack. And yes, teaching is different in universities, but you if you are getting good colleges in DU and maybe in Ashoka and all, you should definitely give it a try, at least in terms of economics, those who are having a good grip on these subjects.
Mhm.
And for those who are aspiring for PG, pursuing masters and all, I would say that while you are aspiring for it, be very sure that you want to pursue it. If you have passion, then go for it. And if you have passion, no one is gonna constrain you. So, and please have a proper discipline. Unlike me, I was very scattered during my graduation days, and maybe because of that, I mean, faced a failure, continuation of failures. But discipline and consistency. Maybe you are not I mean, maybe you are not a great intelligent person, but your hard work will be paying off. And be confident about yourself. You can definitely like crack any subject or any entrance or anything.
Okay, that sounds very optimistic. I'm glad to hear such a optimistic view of the world. Looks like things have gone well for you, and I'm really happy to hear that. Congratulations. I mean, you've come from a small town, now you're in the big city, and you are very comfortable with it, and you're enjoying it and learning. So that's the best combination. Uh, and in a way, it's a face of India that look, people can come from anywhere, doesn't matter Bengali medium or any other medium, and yet you can make it. Okay, it's not a constraint if you have got it. So that's very good. Anything else you want to add? Otherwise, we end it now.
Yeah, so just one thing, I need to just acknowledge this thing for that whatever I am right now, it's definitely, I mean, that's just because of my parents, faculty, seniors, and everything. And I would also like to acknowledge my those fellow friends who were with me in Shridam's days, because it was a diverse experience. We had like students from every corner of the country, and I have learned a lot from them. Like I learned few words from Marathi also, so it was a really nice experience
Okay.
that I'm I got this opportunity, and thank you for making my path this much diverse and exploring. So yeah, that's all.
Okay. All right. Let's end it here. And let's see, maybe you come back to us 1 year later and tell us how IIT, how it is to live with the techies, which is a cultural experience. You are surrounded by techies. It's not something that has ever happened to you in the past. So it's something new. I've been through it. Suddenly you are in the big ocean of techies. You are a small little island and say, what is this? So we'll see how
Maybe we
you.
can also converge with the techies. Maybe in terms of maybe economics and tech. Who knows?
Who knows? Okay, give it a shot and let us know how it
Sure,
goes after 1 year. Till then, let's say bye to everybody. I'll be back
sure.
with another young person or an expert soon. Bye, everybody. Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you so much, sir.